Welcome to Elite Dream Conspiracy. This is level 20 on Elite. I am level 20 right now. This quest is part of the Inspired Quarter chain. Now there are some traps here. I'm not going to be able to do anything about that, but there's a trap box that's around the outside of the room. Trap box is right down here somewhere. There's another trap here. It'll spring when we pull the lever. If you want, you could make your dog do it. Disobedient little thing. There we go. And now you gotta pull this lever, and this is a funny lever. It does a Mordenkainen's disjunction. So some of your gear, not gonna work. Or you could just make the dog do it. And his gear can be non-functional. Talk to Jonas and keep moving. When your gear gets disjuncted, and there are a few places in the game that can happen, you can examine it to see how long that will last. So let's see what happened to the wolf. So here it says it's disjuncted for another 47 seconds. And on the collar too. Always a temporary effect, and that's something the Black Abbot can do that in both the heroic and the epic raid. and then the disjuncting balls and against the Demon Queen. Those are a couple of places that come to mind. Now here, if you're not very familiar with this quest, you may have never realized that there's a valve underwater right here. And this is going to raise the water level for the optional puzzle room in the end. Here we have a red name fire elemental. We get some crazy prisoners that we can let out. I probably should be in fire elemental form for this. I'm just using True Seeing to detect those. Door's locked. Let's see if we can use a knock wand. Not on an 18, so forget about it. I'm in Shadar-kai Champion right now on a double rainbow active, so you're going to see some random effects like that Finger of Death that just went off. It's one of the Shadar-kai procs. And here's some more traps to deal with, but you can make the wolf get them. This first one you can stand aside and you won't get hit. So standing here, you're going to get hit, but if we stand off to the side, we should be fine. That's a friendly trap. Actually, I do have evasion since I have 2 levels of rogue. Don't have evasion with the shield though. So let's take the shield off and see what happens. Oh, that's another disjunction one. That's right. And here's the final fight. And that is that. Now, there is an optional under here. It's kind of a fun puzzle if you like puzzles, and this one is a particularly challenging one because it is 3-dimensional. So depending on how your mind works, you may have an extremely tough time with it. I do struggle with this one sometimes. So the object here, what you want to do is you want to direct the light up through this crystal, the red crystal, and then to the endpoint up there. And one of the things that makes this tricky is when you manipulate the tiles on the floor, the tiles in the ceiling also turn the same way. So for example, you can see how like this makes a U and it's a mirror image up there, and if I change that one, then that one changes as well. So it makes it adds another layer of complexity. Fun to play around with if you're by yourself, but if you're with a group, they probably get impatient with you if you're not really good at these. Now, there are 2 different options that you have here, sort of. One is to route it through the red crystal and then to the end, like I had originally said, and that will open up that barrier, and there's an extra chest there, and it will also open up the floor, and then there's another chest down there. Or if you route it to the end without going through the red crystal, you will just open up the floor and get to the extra chest down there, but you will not get the extra chest beyond the yellow barrier. So let's see if we can figure this out. Hey, that was painful, but we got it. So you come down here. So this was the water that the valve, water level of the valve from earlier that was underwater raised up. So if we not hit that valve, then this water wouldn't be here. It would fall into the spikes, and it would make it a lot more difficult to get this extra chest here. It can still be done, but it requires like a high jump skill. I think this one might be locked anyways. Yep. What's the point of a knock wand? Thanks for watching me embarrass myself in 2 consecutive videos. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. If you have any questions about my build, you can respond to my forum post, or if you're on Sarlona, you're welcome to send me a tell.